Alright, so now that you've done your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, we have to start making another circle. Okay, so it's 16. When you start your circle, you're going to do 16 chains. So 1, 14, 15, 16, and remember you want 6 at the bottom, 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our circle. Go into that, just slip stitch 1, 2, 3. And then you're skipping your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you should have 2 remaining there. Just slip stitch through here. Okay, now you wanted to remember you're wanting to come into this circle over here. Okay, so with all of that there, just flip over like this, push that up, and do your 4 doubles in the circle. 1, 4. And now we've got to attach. So when you're starting a circle, remember you can do these wrap around twice. You have to attach only when you're halfway. Okay, so you wrap your 2. Now I know I've got to attach it somewhere. So it's like, okay, where am I going to attach it? Well, I've got to attach it onto this one. And because it's the end one, so now this is where you need to remember, what I'm showing you here is for the end one. And remember where I showed you the beginning, because these are important. The rest is going to be kind of the same, but remember how I do the beginning and the end. Okay, so this is an end one here. Okay, so you do that, then you're going to join it on here, and you join it on the same way. Wrap your yarn around 3 times, and just go into this one over here. Go through there, through there, through there, through there, and through there. Okay, now you've joined it onto that end one, but you still got to finish this one. Okay, so you're going to come in here. You always just push that to the left and come here. And this one needs, I did 2 around, now I need to do 3 around. 1, 2, 3, and then come in here. Okay, and you go through, through and through, and then I've got 2 again. After the 3, I've got 2. Wrap around twice, and when I say 2 I mean wrap around twice. That's, I think you understand what I'm saying. Okay, and then you've got 4 doubles to do. 1, 4, and now because we are on the end, we have to complete this whole circle that we're doing, square. So now I've got to complete the whole thing. See, I've got half, 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 but now we're coming back, so I have to finish this one. Okay, and then we're going to be going on here. So let me finish it. Wrap around twice. Wrap around 3 times. Oops. And then wrap around twice. Do your doubles. 1, 4, 2 times. 3 times. Okay, that was 3 times, and then 2 times, and then my 4 doubles, 1, 4, and then wrap around twice, and then we're going to join onto this top. And now you've turned yourself right around and you've got your new one. Remember, you've always got to have 1 extra. There I had 1, 2, 3. The next round will be 4. And now you can really see that we're coming back over the top of these now, and we're finishing with our pattern. So now you want to go into this one. Just go into the top here of that 3rd one, and I should have 2 left there, and just slip stitch through. Okay, and you've got your square. Now this is exactly the same as you did. You got 2 here, so you got to do single crochet in 1, single crochet in that one, and it's all facing you this way. Single in the next, single in the next, and then you're going to do a picot. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. So I actually single crochet, whichever one you prefer to do. Single crochet in there. Okay, and then you got your 3, 1 single, 2 singles, and 3 singles, your 3rd single, and that's in between these 2, and then your picot, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch in there, single crochet, sorry, in there, and then you got your 2 in here, 1 single there and a single in here, and then you're going to do the same thing over this top. Okay, so you should be looking like that. I've just completed going over this, which is this section here. Okay, and now I've got to complete this circle. So I know, this is where I was saying you can have a look and see if you finished off with just 2 wraps around, you know you need to do your 3 wraps. I finished off with 3 wraps, so I know my next is the 2 wraps, but if you didn't, it's not the end of the world. Preferably stick to it this way, but if you made a mistake and you did the 2 wraps and then you started going with the rest of this, just do your 3 and then 2. But I know I've done 2 wraps, 3 wraps, and I'm going with my 2 again. So you come back in here. Now I've got 4 doubles, 1 and 4, on the right side facing me, 2 wraps, 1, 3 wraps, 2 wraps, and 4 doubles, 1, 4, and then to finish it off you do your 2 wraps around. Be careful, be very careful when you're going, because if you've made a mistake over here and you come all the way back and you see you made a mistake, sorry to say, but you have to undo it all. You have to undo the whole row that you did. So for example, if you look at this one that I did, I am now on this row here. Okay, so I'm making my bottom one and I'm attaching. This is very long, and if I do this whole row, come here, come back, and I come all the way back with my top ones and I see, oh my goodness, I didn't join it on here. And I come back and I see, gosh, I didn't join it on here. You'd have to make a decision. I mean, you could somehow sew it, but it's best off you're going to have to undo 2 rows. So be very careful when you're doing this stitch, because I actually did have to do that. I had made a mistake and I had to undo this bottom row and the top, and it's hard. It's not a nice one. So just be careful of that. Just be aware of what you're doing. Kind of check your work as you're going. Anyway, so we did our 2 here. Now we're going to just do a slip stitch in here. As I say, just find a good spot in the top. If you need to, if you've got an extra one, see, I've kind of got an extra one here. I'm just going to go through that and just bring it through. As long as your square is looking neat and tidy. Alright, so now we've got to come across this side. So now it's a single crochet in here, it's a single there, a single in the next one. Then I've got a picot, 1, 2, 3, picot in there, and then I've got 3 singles to do, 2 singles and a 3rd single in here, picot, so 1, 2, 3 chain, single in here, and 2 more singles, one single there and 1 more single in my chain. Alright, now once again I'm coming to the end of my work, so this is also an important one. The endings are all the same, but if you need to stop the video or whatever, this is where the ending part is. So now I'm going to show you the ending and the top, the ending and the beginning of a full square when you're coming back here. So just be aware of that. Okay, and you got your 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on here. So 1, 2, and then this one has got 3. Okay, so let's do this last. Once again, just check. I had done 2 and I ended off with the 3, so I'm safe just to do 2 wraps around. Whoops. So my 2 wraps, and then I've got 4 doubles. 1, 4. 4, then you got your 2 wraps, 3 wraps, 2 wraps, and then 4 doubles again. Whoops. 4 doubles, 1 and 4. And then you're going to do your 2 wraps to finish off your square, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top. Now this part here is fine for me, so I'm just going to slip stitch into the top here, because that chain over there is perfect. Alright, whoops. And that's what it looks like now. Okay, so you got 1, 2, and your 3, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to be making 4. Alright, so remember that we start off with our 27 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got my 27 chain. Then you want 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then you can go into the 10th chain, 10th loop, slip stitch through, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into that 4th one. Okay, let this work come up to your left, because you want to work in this circle. These need to be to the right, and you're working in your circle. So double, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. You wrap your yarn around twice, and now we've got to join. Okay, come back to where this is, and you want to join it more or less halfway, which is round about here. Whoops. It's more or less here. Let's just see if that's enough. Slip stitch, and then just check that it's not too much. That's too much, so I need to go back. Alright, so I'm going right in this one. And you can count. I just don't bother. But you can count halfway. Okay, now we've got to come back into our circle. So this is the right side facing. We're coming back into our circle, and we've got to do 3 wraps, 2 wraps, and then 4 doubles, 1 and 4 doubles, 2 wraps, and 3 wraps, 1, 2, 3, because I'm finishing half of my square, and I finish with the 3 wraps. Okay, now I know that I've got to either join, I've got to do something else, because I've finished with it, so I know that I'm going to be joining it onto this one. Okay, so I'm going to do chain 2. You can flip your work around. Now I've got the back facing me, and don't worry about this one. Your back is facing you, so you do chain 2. You're going to do a double in here. This is the way it's lying. Okay, a double in here with a chain 1 and a double in the same. And as I say, this one is going to fall into place. Don't worry about that one. Alright, now we know we've got to start a new circle, because I can't go anywhere from here. So now you've got to do 16. So 1, 2, 16. You can count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to go into this one and a slip stitch. Okay, now it's the same thing. Keep your work like that. Keep this here, and I know that I need to go in here. So I'm going to chain 3 first. 1, 2, 3. Count your 4, or just leave these. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as you got your 2 there. Okay, make sure this is to the left. Your work is to the left. You're coming into your circle over here. I'm going to do doubles. 1, 4 doubles. Wrap around twice. And before you start with wrap around 3, you're going to be joining it. so I'm going to be going here. And this doesn't require any chains or anything. You're going to do 2 doubles together in here. 1 double in the first single crochet, but don't finish it. Another one in the next. Don't finish it, and then you go through all of them. Okay, so I've gone through all of them. Now you've got to come back onto your circle. So make sure this is to your left. And I've got 3 to do. 1, 2, 3. Go in your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twice around. 4th double. Wrap around twice. And wrap around 3 times, because this is the last part of the half of our square. Okay, chain 2. When you finish half of it, you've got to do your chain 2 and come back into this one. Okay, because you can see these are my halves that I'm working on. Okay, double in here. Chain 1, double in here. Now we've got to start a new circle. Okay, so once you've done your 2 doubles there, you start a new circle. So that means we're going to chain 16. 1, 2, 15, 16. You need your 2 and your 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's your 10. So just come into that one. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch in there, and then keep this to your left and come into the circle. Do the same thing, 1, 4, my 2. And once I've done those 2, before I do the 3, I have to join it. And I just pull that so it straightens out. Now I've got to join it onto here. Okay, so I'm going to do, you don't do your chain when you're joining it on there, you just come into these. So I've got to flip this back and I've got to come in here. 1 double. Oops. Don't finish it. Another double together. Okay, flip this back up. You'll work out a little way to have your work. It's just the way that I'm doing it here for you. Now we've got 3. Come back in your circle with those 3. I've got 2. 4 doubles. 4 doubles. Wrap around twice, wrap around 3 times, because this is the end of the square, the half that we're doing for. Okay, and now because that's the end, I know I've got to do chain 2. Okay, so you did your last 3 there, then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to go into this end one with a double, chain 1, and a double in the same spot. And that's for your end one. Okay, and then you're going to do your beginning of your next circle. So you've got to do your 16 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 16. And I know I need 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4 for the bottom. So I'll go into this one, slip stitch, chain 3, and go up 4. I need 2 left there, so I know it's going to be over here. Slip stitch in there, turn this up so that you can get into your circle over here, and do your 4 doubles around twice. So once you've wrapped it around twice, now you've got to come into this end 3 times around. So you've got to come into this end one with your yarn wrapped around 3 times, and then you're going to finish your circle. So I went in there. Now I've got to come 3 times in this one. So just pull this out. 3 wraps. Wait, did I do? Yeah. 2 wraps, and this one we're going to complete now because it's that real end motif. A double and 4th double, and then wrap around twice, wrap around 3 times. Okay, and then your 4, 1, 4, and I can see I've got another set to do. You've got to have all your corners, so 2, 3, and then twice around my 4, 1, 2, 4, and then 2 wraps, and then join it, do a slip stitch through there. Alright, and that's what it should be looking like now, because now I've just come around. And just be sure that you got the right amount of stitches over here. Right, and now we're going to come back and finish these, because now we're coming up. We're going to go on here, do our picots, go on there, finish our circle, singles with a picot, single, finish your circle. This row is a little bit easier. So now you're going to do your, and you can see I've kind of got 3 stitches here. I'm just kind of skipping that first one and going in here. So it just depends, just work with what you've got. Single, single, 1, 2, 3 for your picot, and then a single, a single, a single, and then a picot, 1, 2, 3, and then your 2 singles finishing off the single crochets. Whoops. So a single and a single here. Whoops, and now you're going to finish off your square over here. Go to single picots and do 2 wraps, 4 doubles, 1, 4, 2 wraps, 3 wraps, 2, and our 4 doubles, 1 and 4, and then your 2, and then you slip stitch to join. Okay, and then slip stitch on here. And I'm actually going to just go in here. This one needs a little bit more like that. Okay, so now we've done that one, we've done this one, and now we're going to come back with this one. And you know, sometimes you do get a bit confused as you're working on it. It's like, oh my goodness, how do I end it off? How do I start it? Come back to the video where I'm showing you how to start it and how to finish it, because that's pretty important. So now a single, single, picot, and then single, 1, 2, and 3, picot, and whoops, single, 1 and 2, and then our circle, wrap around, and this part is all the same. And then 2 and 4, 1, 4, and then another set, and make sure that you do all of your sets. So you got 1 there and 1 there. You need to have a peak on either side. So I can see here I need to do 1 more, so 2 wraps, 3 wraps, and then 2 wraps, and 4 doubles, 1, 4, and 2 wraps, And you can just see when it looks like you got too many when you're working on it, but you don't. Okay, and then in here, I'm just going to go through to the top of this, slip stitch through there, and then you're doing the same thing over here with your one single, another single, picot, single, number 1, number 2, number 3, picot, and then 2 more, 2 singles, and then finish your square on this one. It was 3 wraps, 2 wraps, 4 doubles, 1, 4 doubles, 2 wraps, 3 wraps, 4 doubles, 1, 4 doubles, and then your 2 wraps, and join it on at the top here. Slip stitch through there, and you should be done with the next row. And that's what you should be looking like now. Okay, so now you've gone that far. So it's really not that hard. As I say, your best bet is to remember how I'm doing the front. And we're doing half for 1. When you do your bottom half row, you're joining it on like this. Okay, so that's how you just keep doing this. You just keep repeating this over and over until you have the length that you want, and then I'll show you what to do. Alright, so once you've gone all the way with your little squares and you've got yours to the size that you want, you just have to fit it on and put it over your shoulders and see if it's the way you want. Now I have to change my yarn because I'm running low on this. I only had 4 of these little yarns, and they are, let's see how much is in here. Okay, this is a 1.76 ounce yarn, 50 gram, or it's 136 yards, which is 125 meters. So that's how big this is. So it's not very big, and I had 4. Finish with this one and just finish at the end with your wraps 3 times around, and then this way, if you stop here, you're going to have a straight edging. So go as far as you want, but just do half of your square on your very last row and just finish it like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm taking my new color. If you want to use a new color, then go ahead, otherwise just keep using your same color. And I'm going to just go with the red. Now I'm just going to do double crochets, but the key here is going to be how many you put into each of your rounds. Not your round, well, yeah, round. We're going all the way around our shawl. But the key is how many we're going to get in here. So your first one, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to stand for your first double crochet. And then you're going to go into this treble that you had made here. All right, and you're going to do another double. So that stands for 1. This is 2. And this is 3. Alright, so as you know, if you follow me with my lessons, you'll see when I do borders, most times they're pretty free form. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm double crocheting 3 in there, 3 in there, 1 in this double over here, 3 in here, 1 in here, where these are all double crochets, and then 3 in here. Now I'll show you what I'm kind of doing. Okay, let me just do 3 in here. So wherever you have your chains, you want to do 3 in those. Where you have your trebles, you're going to do 3 in that. The key here is to have your work lying pretty flat, your double crochets. You don't want it bunching up and you don't want it pulling too much. Okay, and then same here, wherever you see these, I'm just doing, wherever you see the chains, I'm just doing 3 in each. 1, 2, 3, and then where you see the double crochets or whatever, that was a chain 3, just do 1. Okay, now we have another long one, so it's 3 in here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in here, and then once again 3 in here. So your chains, just do 3, your double crochet, just do 1, and where you have your 2 doubles to these here, just do 1. That, like I said, the key is for this to be pretty flat. You don't want it to be too many of these double crochets that it bunches up, or you don't want it to be too few where you can see you really pulling your work. So far this is pretty straight. It's lying correctly. If I have to adjust it, then I'm going to have to adjust it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. So 3 in here. Just be sure, because I'm not sure what yarn you've used, so I'm not sure how your tension will be, but just do double crochets that are lying flat. And as I say, this is where I'm doing mine. 3 in those, 1 in here, 3 there, 1 in here, and then 3 in my treble, and 3. So I think that that's going to work for me well for this top part, because this is the top part of my shawl. So far it looks like it's going to be alright. When I get to the end, I'll meet you again, because when we come around here, we'll probably have to do a few extra for our turn, and then we're going to have to see what to do here. So go ahead and do this. This is, as I say, the real top part of your shawl where you ended off with half a square. Go ahead and do that, and when I come to the end of mine, I'll meet you back here and I'll show you what to do. Alright, so I've come to the end and I did my 3 in here. Now I've got here this one, and usually it would have been 1 in here, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do 3 in the same place. 1, 2, 3, and this should turn our corner for us nicely. And you should be looking like this. 3 for this side and 3 for that side. Okay, so all of those are done in the same space. Now we're going to keep doing the same thing. We're just going to do double crochets. Mine have worked out fine. It's not stretching too much and it's not too loose. So this way definitely works. Now over here you're going to have to also just play with it. You know, I was thinking of going in this, but it's not going to work because I want it to look the same as the other side. So just keep that to the back. You don't need to be working in it. Or if you want to, when you do your double crochets, you can go here and then catch it behind there. So you'll be catching it like that. You could do that too. So I'm going to leave that up to you. If you want to just leave it to hang in the back, or if you want to catch it like that, that's also fine. You just want to space them out. So I've skipped one and I went in there, skip one, go in the next. It's probably going to be alright to do that. Just skip one and go into one. As I say, this is something that you're going to have to work out how you want to get your edges. Here I'm going to do the same thing as what I did there. I'll just do 1, 2, 3. And if you find you need more double crochets, do them. If you need less, do less. I'm just giving you a guideline here. Alright, so when you've done these, and you're going to put 4 in these chain spaces, and you're going to just go across and do 4 in this square. 1, 1, 1, 1, 4, and then 4 in the chain space here, and that should be alright. If you need more, feel free to add extra, and if you need less, go with less. That doesn't matter, but I'm doing 4 in my chain space, and I'm doing 4 in the actual little square. So it works out pretty well that way. So then I go in here, I just do 1 here, and I catch this behind my yarn. It's up to you if you want to, but I feel it's going to work well. So I just catch it. Just catch that behind there. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can just find a good spot. So really it's 4 double crochets in there and 4 in here, and that should give us enough double crochets going all the way across. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 4 in this square. I'm just finding a spot. It's kind of, you skip 1 and put the next one in, and then 4. Okay, and that should work out pretty well. I want it fairly similar to this side, but they're not because your sides are different. But yeah, so basically that should work. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you back at the next corner. Alright, so I've come to the bottom of my, it's really the triangle part right at the bottom where we are, and I did my 4 in here, sorry, my 3. I did 1, 2, 3. Now in the 4th one we're going to do the same way, where we do 3 double crochets in the same space, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to chain 2 and do another 3 in the same place, just so we can turn our corner. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just so it turns your corner like that. Okay, and then we're going to just keep going, doing exactly the same thing as we did. I'll just put 3 on this one. 1, 2, and 3. Just because I did that corner, then I don't think I need more. As I say, if you need to do more double crochets, go ahead and do it. And then my 4 in here again, 1 and 4, and then 4 across my square. So it's exactly the same as you did on this side. You're just going to come around here and do that same thing. So I'm going to go all the way up, and I'll meet you back to the very first part that we started at. Alright, so I've come all the way around, and I'm back to where this one is, and like the other side I just did 3 here, and then in this very same space over here you're going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, we want to finish our corner, 1, 2, 3 in the same space, and then chain 2, and then just slip stitch into the top of this chain 3 that you had made, and then you have the same corner as all the rest, and that should be your very first row or round that you've done all the way around. Okay, so now we're going to start on our next one. Right, so you've slip stitched through that 3rd one, and now we're going to do exactly the same thing as what we've done, except just 1 double in each double. So chain 3 for your first double, and then go into each one of these double crochets with a double, and that's all that we're going to do for this round. And where you get your corners, do the same thing as you did your 3 double crochets with 2 chain in between. But just go ahead, and I'm just going into each one of these double crochets with a double. So go ahead and do that, and then I will show you what to do. And you see it's still lying flat, and then at the end of this corner we do the same thing. So just go around like you've been doing, and same with your corners, you do your double crochets and your chain 2, and then I will. Right, so I thought I'd show you the first corner. It's exact, you just go into each one of these doubles like you've been doing, and then in this space here you do your chain, your 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then you do chain 2, and then another 3 in the same space, 1, 2, and 3, and then you just keep going, 1 in each of these double crochets. And it just looks like that. It's just going to give us a bit more of a defined corner. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that until I get all the way back to my beginning part. And Right, so I've come all the way to the beginning again, and we're just going to do our corner here. I just want to show you how to do it. So I went into one each of these. Now you can see that we had started with a chain 3 there, and this is where I'm just going to make my center. Right over here where we've got the chain 2s. So you're just going to go in there and do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and another 3, 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and then you should have your corner on this one as well. So it just looks like that. Alright, so once you've got your corner around there, now the next 2 rows are going to be our final 2 rows of our shawl. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, which stands for double crochet, and then you're going to chain 5. So it's really 8. 4, 5, and then you're going to do another double crochet in this space. You'll do a double crochet in here, and that is basically standing for double crochet, 2 double crochets and a chain 5. Then you're going to skip 1 and you're going to do the same thing in the next. So double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a double crochet in the very same spot. And you're going to be looking like this. You skip 1 and do the same thing, double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a double in the same place. And that's all that you do. So skip 1, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet in the same spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet in the same spot. And that's what you're going to do all the way around. When you get to the corner, you're going to do your same corners, your chain 3 with your 2 double crochets, and just go around. So do this all the way around, and once you've gone all the way around, I'll meet you back here. So very easy. Skip 1, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet in the same space, skip 1, chain 5, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet, skip 1, and go in here. If I need to, when I get to my corner, I'll show you what I mean. But otherwise, just go ahead and do that all the way around. Alright, so I've come to my first corner, and as I say, you're going to have to play with yours. It's really insignificant how you finish yours. I have to skip this one, go in there, skip that one, and then go in here. If you had 4 left, or if you had 4, you just play with it. If you have to go into this one, do so, or if you have to skip these 2, do so. It's really not the end of the world. I'm skipping and going in here. But if I didn't have that one, it would have been fine. And if I had 2, I'd go into the one that was right over there. So just play with yours. As I say, there's no set rule here. And as long as you get a good turning corner, that's really what you want. So I'm just going to skip over these, and I'm going to go in here with my 3 double crochets. 1. For this corner one, do 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to use and then do your other 3 doubles in here. That's the rest of my corner. So I'm actually going to go into this very first one because I don't want to have too much of a I don't want it pulling much. So I'm going to go into this actual corner over here. Not this corner, this very first one right over here. I'm going to go into there. So I went into that first one. So just do your corners like that, and yeah, so just keep going. Alright, so this is my last corner, and I did my last one right over there. I've got my 3, and then I'm coming into this center. We're going to go into this one. So the very first one that you made, just do a slip stitch in there. Right, now what you're going to do is we're going to be doing trebles in here with a picot on each of those. So let me show you. I'm going to start off. So we want to do a treble, so I need to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for my first treble, and then I need to make a picot. So I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's 7 chain all together in your first one, and then you're going to just go into this third from your hook with a single crochet, and then you're going to come back in here with a treble, and then you're going to make a picot. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just going to go into this one and this one with a single. Okay, another treble, another picot. 1, 2, 3. Now this is quite time consuming, I'll be honest, but it's definitely worth it. A picot, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in there. Now with your next one, you're going to just come in here and do a single crochet in your next chain space. Not there, the chain space that you had made. So just do a single crochet in there. And then you're going to do the same thing in 5 of these trebles in each space with a picot on top. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picot, 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do a single crochet in your next one. and then start again in the next one. And this is all that we're going to be doing. And you get this border looking like that, which is really pretty. And we're going to do that all the way around. 5 is a happy medium. So you can go ahead with yours and just put your 5 in. 1, 2, 3 with a picot on top of each one. And your single crochet in the next chain space and then start again. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine all the way, and I will meet you at the first corner. So just do 5 of these in each. Go all the way down to your first corner, and then I'll show you what to do. Alright, so I've come to my first corner, and the way mine has panned out is that I'm going to be doing the 5 trebles in here. So I've got to come in here with my trebles. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do the rest of my corner. Okay, so I'm doing my last treble. That's 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Go through my picot, and then I'm just going to come in here, and let's see what that looks like, and do one of these in there. I think it'll work out okay. I mean, otherwise I could have skipped. I could have done a single crochet in there. It's just tricky because unless you have an equal amount of stitches, which I didn't want us to have to try and make our number of stitches equal, so I'd rather just play with it like this. And you'll have to see with yours which works out the best. This works out fine this way. Maybe my next one I'll come up with a slightly different scenario. But I'm not going to do a corner one, I'm just literally going to do the 5. Whoops. That's 3. Self. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, see, and that works out fine. You know, it'll work out just fine. And then I'd say I did that one right over there, that one, skip anything. I did this one, and this one. So all around the corner, I didn't do a single crochet. I'm just doing mine like that, and that's going to work out fine for me. So do yours the way you want to. You know, if you have to do a single crochet and that's the look you like, you can do that. It's not an issue. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine, and then I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so the same thing here when you're finishing your work. Just play with yours as to where you want to finish. I have to do 2 of these little clusters next to each other, which doesn't bother me. It's working out just fine. So however you need to do yours, just go ahead and do that. And then we're going to just slip stitch into the bottom of this first one, and then we will be done. So I'm just going to go ahead and do mine. And as I say, do yours like I showed you with the other corners as to the best way to finish yours. I don't actually have to even do 5. I can just do 3 in here because they're so close to each other. So I'm just going to do that, and then just slip stitch into this very first stitch over here, and then you are done. So I'm glad that you joined me in this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and always look in the info box down below, because if there's another video that I'm attaching to this, or if there's some other information that you need, it will be in that box below. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.